All of this is coming from my view, my perspective. We just gonna talk about it. What up, what up? It's your man Lucky Calhoun. Once again, it's Friday. Yes, indeed. Just always behind on something, just getting things ready. But all of this is coming from my view, my perspective. We just gonna talk about it. And that's basically it. It's your man Lucky Calhoun. Thanks for tuning in. It's Friday and we back in the building once again on Talk About It Live. Yeah, and whoever that is, we'll go ahead and cancel them out. But definitely just gonna jump right into this thing. So we already rolling into the Memorial Day weekend, which is the kickoff of summer. Unofficially the kickoff of summer. We got the pandemic going on. We got the coronavirus. It's still going on, and it's still an issue, still a problem out there with a lot of people trying to get back to the swing of things, because we are definitely about to, live a new lifestyle, based on, changes and how we got to conduct ourselves and how we got to go about, just trying to use precaution every time we out and about. Something we should have been doing a long time ago, but now it's just at a point to where it's forced upon us and we got to do it. Hopefully everybody's staying safe with a bunch of these states. I think every state at some level is open. So that basically means that there's going to be traffic again out there. There's going to be people wanting to do the holiday thing. So, all we can do is be safe. You can't tell people to stay in the house and hide forever. Folks are going to get out and do what they desire to do. More power to them. I can't lie. It's time to get out. Eventually, we're going to find ourselves in a situation to where everybody's just going to avoid whatever rules are in their cities, and they just gonna start getting out and about, and then we just have to basically wait and see. Just like any pandemic that comes through, there's gonna be ups and downs. On this Friday, big ups to the class of 2020. Congrats to the class of 2020. I don't know if you can see that, but man, congrats to the class of 2020. This is one of those years that would have never been seen, heard, ever done before. The class of 2020 definitely would be known as the year that will never be imitated, right? Let's just be honest. It'll never be imitated. You end your school year online, some of y'all, you end your school year abruptly, and you didn't get to experience one of the most beautiful times of a high school, time. And, becoming a senior, making it all the way, to that plateau of your life. And, the pandemic just sort of wipes out, the experience of, that joy of sharing diplomas, and the joy of those that it was probably the parents fought them tooth and nail, or the child just never gave up, to see them walk across a stage. It's a proud moment for a lot of people, and they'll miss out on it unless they take it upon themselves to celebrate your people, period. Celebrate them. Make sure that even if you can't do it at a auditorium with everybody around and other people witnessing your baby, my baby, hey, we all want that, right? We want that for our kids. But since a lot of us can't, we raise our glasses virtually. definitely, we raise our glasses to the class of 2020. Congratulations from your man Lucky Calhoun on Talk About It. Congratulations. You know, you guys will be trailblazers into the unknown. Hopefully you grab hold of it and do as you guys, you know, are bound to do, which is great things. So, you know, big ups. The class of 2020. Round of applause. I have that in the edit. Yes. It's your man Lucky Calhoun, and this is Talk About It Live. Thank you everybody for tuning in. You know, we out there, and we gonna come at you with the question, not the question. Y'all heard the stutter. The discussion, topic of discussion will be consistency. So, one thing that drives me personally on an individual basis, and you know, those in my circle, is consistency. You know, and that is not just on your daily routine or your job or your hustle or relationship. You know, consistency is across the board. I'm not going to touch on every single topic within consistency, but just know that you know, for this time, you know, for this platform, it's definitely going to be touched on when we talk about our finances, our growth, and, you know, running a business, that entrepreneur spirit. So that's what this consistency thing that I'm touching on today. If y'all want to touch on some other parts of consistency and where people need to be consistent in their life, then go ahead and chime in. This is also an open forum. So if you want to chime in, be my guest, chime in, drop a question. We can go back and forth, and also you can view in if you want. You can jump on in on the live and be an impromptu guest. You know, that's just how it goes. You know, it's an open forum. But as I bring to you, just from my view, my perspective, right, as my daughter would say, my view, my perspective, right. Consistency when it comes to this entrepreneur thing. We as a generation, and this is we're a lot of us are guilty of it. We're ready for the now. We're ready for the moment. You know, things need to happen right now. And when we say, hey, look, we got to be consistent with what you do. Now, that consistency basically says, hey, look, we're doing things over and over because it's not happening now. So that doesn't mean that just because it didn't happen now that you don't continue doing what you do. Because, you know, we're gonna get knocked down, you know, throughout our life almost every day in some shape, form, or fashion. You're gonna get knocked down. We just learn to be resilient. We learn to bounce back when we learn that, you know, everything isn't gonna be handed to you, especially when it comes down to wanting to be an owner, a business owner, wanting to start a franchise, be a mogul, and pull, you know, you, your family, and those around you out of poverty. So you're gonna venture down the road into, hey, look, you know what? I have a skill, I have a product, and I want to go ahead and push it. But as we get started, you know, the entrepreneur thing, it's not an easy road. I tell people that in a heartbeat. It's not easy. It's not, you know, oh man, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and I got these t-shirts. I'm gonna go ahead and print up a couple of them, and then all of a sudden you sell 4 or 5 of them, you get about $50. You think you done made it. You're an entrepreneur now, but you don't use that money to reinvest back into buying more shirts so you can make more profit, and then getting more product, and so on, and, you know, on and on as the process begins. People get dollars in the beginning, and then that's it. You know, oh, I got this $300. I went out there and I sold my product. Yeah, I'm doing my thing. I made this little money, and then you don't hear from them again until the money runs dry, and then they got to start the process back over. But see, that's where being consistent comes into play. You have to be consistent with how you handle your business. Once you get knocked down, you have to realize, you know what, let's get back up, let's do it again. You know, a lot of my struggles, even with this show, is just how do I maintain a show day in and day out on those Wednesdays and Fridays. Well, you know what? Let me go ahead. Let me reach out and see if I can get, family and friends out here, entrepreneurs out here to jump onto the show to add another layer to it. So it's not just me, your man Lucky Calhoun, even though I know y'all just love, how I'm just sitting here giving you that information, and I appreciate those that listen. But, I reach out to say, hey, look, let me put another layer to the show. But if I don't get that layer, I'm not going to be disappointed because, oh, man, I can't get, what I'm offering for free. Somebody to come on and talk about their platform from their perspective, their point of view, and, hype your own self up. That's that's what I'd let people know. It's like, it's to hype your own self up. If ain't nobody going to do it for you. So I say, you know what? Hey, I didn't get the people onto my show, but I still have to put something out there. I still have to have that material out there. So I'm going to come on and it's just going to be me. But in the meantime, I'm going to advertise that, hey, look, this platform is for anybody that wants to join in and be a part of the discussion. Last week, we had the people's point of view on, and we had live me streaming with the people's point of view. And, they definitely were chiming in and having some input with the conversation. So, it's small things like that that keep me going, because it lets me know that, hey, there's somebody out there. And when you have a product, when you have a service, there's somebody out there. I'm here to encourage you. Yes, it is somebody out there that's paying attention, that's listening, that's really saying, you know what? The information that you're giving me is on point. The motivation that you're giving me is just right. It's and that's all I'm trying to do is reach that one individual. So when I say, hey, look, I'm going to be consistent, even when I know I don't have anybody coming on, guess what? I'll be on. The next week, if I ain't got nobody on, guess what? I'll be on. Because I'm going to be consistent with this thing. I have a vision, I have a plan, and I know that the end result is definitely going to pay off. Me and my business partner, we definitely always talk about the seeds that we plant. And, your consistency sometimes is also seeds. You're being consistent. You're doing a show. You're going out and you're promoting your material. That means you're dropping seeds. You're putting out flyers. That means you're dropping seeds. You're producing new music. That means you're dropping seeds. And those seeds eventually will grow. And when those seeds grow, it is what it is. Now you're looking at what you were being consistent at doing, saying, you know what, regardless if I go to my show as an entertainer and nobody shows up, I'm still going to perform. And I'm going to keep going to these venues until somebody shows up. It's just like with my show. I'm going to keep on jumping on Instagram Live and I'm going to say, hey, let's talk about it. Let's get at it. Until that audience is built. I'm not here to buy an audience. I'm not here to do something, out of the norm to gain an extra audience. I'm here to put that knowledge out there and to put the platform out there, make it big enough to where when y'all do come on and I say the name of that company or, your name as the CEO, the manager, and what's going on with it, that you actually get an increase in your followers. And you actually get business. You start generating money off of that. It's like, am I the only one that's getting that concept? We have to help each other grow. People gonna wait on this broadcast to end, and then they're gonna look at it, and they're gonna finally look at what I need now, and that's live viewers. That's my live viewers to say, you know what, this guy's here doing what he do. He bringing it out here. And now I got people that's from coast to coast, and we definitely, promoting our businesses coast to coast, worldwide. So, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. This is your man Lucky Calhoun on Talk About It Live. Definitely, I want to give a shout out to a couple of my sponsors. Crab and Teens is at the top of the list. Definitely check out Crab and Teens if you're out in the East Georgia area. Crab and Teens, Krab and Teens with a Z. Check them out. Best crab legs in East Georgia. Definitely, I think I want to say Lithonia on back Conyers, Covington, you know, those areas, Stonecrest, also does catering. So check them out on Instagram, Crab and Teens, Krab and Teens with a Z, Crab and Teens. Also want to throw a shout out there to the NLFA. We got big business happening over there. The CEO, Mr. Witherspoon, definitely out there making some big moves. Heard some good information that's gonna have that brother moving up definitely to the next level, and everybody around him. And definitely a shout out to him and what he has going on. So everything is looking good because those seeds we planted, they starting to grow. Delicate Marie, if you haven't been out there on Spotify, I Don't Belong to You is out there. So make sure that y'all go download that. Family and Friends, it's the single. If you never heard it, it's new. So check it out. It's I Don't Belong to You, Delicate Marie. It's out there on Spotify. Hot joint. So we gonna get that popping. And shout out again to the class of 2020. How they doing it? It's the Rona class of 2020. So we gonna make sure we get the Rona off us for the class of 2020. You know. Hustle Income. We got a shout out to Hustle Income, a brand new clothing line designed for those that's trying to get it. So it's Hustle Income. The flow never stops. Keep your income incoming. Hustle Income, HUSTLE_income. So check them out on Instagram. That's how they getting down. And there's so many other more sponsors out there. I'm not going to bore y'all with all of that, but I definitely want to send a shout out to everybody that's tuned in. My supporters, my loyal supporters out there. I appreciate you. Definitely, I appreciate you. And, you know, I'm not going to keep it. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but, you know, this is Lucky Calhoun, and the topic of discussion was consistency. And the consistency is definitely key when it comes to saying I'm not going to quit. I'm going to continue on regardless of the situation, regardless of the adversities, regardless of the barriers that are in front of me. I'm going to be consistent with my art form, with my skill, continue to grow, plant those seeds, and definitely prepare yourselves for the blessings. So check me out. This is Lucky Calhoun. Every Wednesday and Friday. It's Friday, so it's 5 o'clock somewhere, even though we already way past it. If you got your drinks, whatever you're doing, be safe. It's Memorial Day weekend. Make sure y'all take care of each other because the virus is still out there. I'm not saying that you can't have fun. Just use precaution. Be safe. Make sure those around you are being safe. Take care. It's your man Lucky Calhoun. This is Talk About It Live. In the meantime, be easy breezy, young, fly, and sexy.